Money isn't the answer. I know sometimes we want to focus and say that we want to pay our bills. But as these wonderful people have said, you don't want to compromise yourself or lose yourself in the process of chasing the money.
On paper, we are one of the biggest networks of young African creators across the continent because we exist to empower creatives and help creators on the journey. We do this, when I say we, it's mostly me, but we do this in community. We do this in community, so everything is very, very collaborative. So from projects, if you see us doing it, it means a bunch of people are involved and it's for creatives. We don't do anything unless it's for creatives.
We kind of have to build people to subscribe. We have to build a culture of appreciation of film. And I'm in a position to do that. And I think that would be one of my inroads into the film industry.
I'm cool, I'm young, I'm from Soweto. What more do you want? I'm the thing. So, I've done that. And then I realized it does not matter. Okay, then you move on, then you try something else, But in all that journey, you become the entity that, it's not about withstanding, but that can act on the situations act on you.
You can't blame capital and capitalism for the way it works. We have a political problem. We don't have a public broadcaster to say, user work. Look, it's got 6 million people. Therefore, Dumisani is somebody to invest in. Buy Netflix, buy da-da-da-da. It was like a proof of concept, a proof of audience. There are millions of people who don't have internet who watch SABC. We as creatives need to lobby our government to revive the SABC. So I want to have this experience. I don't want to have a Netflix. It's actually unpleasant, I want to work at the SABC and do a show from my perspective. I want to speak to a commissioning editor who gets it and who wants meaningful work about Black people,
So it feels like a very airy-fairy way to say it, but you really do have to try and do as much as possible work that you want to do. And even if you don't have money for a specific project, so as a writer, you have your laptop. Even if you don't have the funding for that project yet, write the script, start working on it, and it's so weird how things start to actually work out in your favor.
Staying true to yourself, so not chasing the bag, and you'll see that it comes, It's a very privileged thing to say, but eventually the good stuff comes, We have to stay true to ourselves. The one thing I pride myself in is being versatile. I don't attach my ego to any of my positions in this industry, I know people like, you're a director now. No, I'm a director for this thing. Sometimes I'm a writer for this thing. Sometimes I'm a content producer for that. So I'm always kind of playing different roles. I don't attach my ego to it. Again, with integrity,
So we recognize that not everyone is going to get into Netflix. Not everyone is going to get into Prime. But that doesn't make them lesser of a creative person than those who have entered Prime and Netflix and the other streaming platforms.